Work, study, read. Go to school, come home, do your homework, study for an exam, read your book, go to bed, go to school, then repeat. You work your tail off, you even do your best, but sadly, that wasn't good enough. Why is that? Because you took advanced classes in high school and they were not weighted. You could have been top 10, but sadly, those top 10 decided to cushion their GPA by taking easy classes. It's time we start rewarding these students who are taking these advanced classes by weighting them. Students in high school need to be worrying about their GPA starting freshman year. Scholarships, colleges, and even grad school look at high school GPA. Due to all this pressure on high school GPA, students decide to take easy classes to cushion their GPA instead of pushing their education. This later causes for them not to be prepared for college. This is where weighting grades should come in. Weighting grades should give the students confidence to take these advanced classes and prepare them for college without worrying about their GPA. Another good thing about weighting grades is it gives them an advantage to get into bigger universities, like the University of Michigan, who doesn't recalculate GPA. When I mean by recalculating GPA, they don't try to fix a 4.3 GPA into a 4.0 scale. This meaning a person who has a 4.3 GPA and another person who has a 3.8 GPA could take the same classes, get the same exact grade, but the 4.3 has an advantage over the 3.8 because of weighting grades. Although it seems like 3.8 is a great GPA, students with 3.7s or 3.6s don't get into the universities and they take advanced classes. It's unfair to those students who push themselves and work hard for classes that aren't weighted. Although it seems like weighting grades is a no-brainer, there are some downfalls. First off, some students get so competitive that they won't take any classes that aren't weighted, like music and art. So if someone who loves music and art wants to stay competitive with their class and be on top 10, they'll drop a music class and take a physics or calculus class that's weighted instead. Another disadvantage is students take advantage of these weighted classes, meaning they'll take classes like weighted grades and try to get a C or a D because it later turns into an A or a B. Another issue is it's hard to decide on what will be weighted and what will not. For example, a class labeled honors might be easier than a class labeled college prep because of the professors. Speaking of professors, professors want to teach the prestigious classes, not the lower classes. So having weighted grades can have a gap between the good students and the bad students. And this also harms the students that take the lower classes because they couldn't take advanced classes. They become embarrassed and even ashamed of themselves. Although weighting grades sounds like a bad idea too, in my opinion, it's the right decision to do. I was a victim of not having grades weighted. I lost a valedictorian spot, a lot of scholarships, and a lot of sleep because of all the stress I had losing my GPA. I could have had a full ride to the University of Indianapolis, but my grades weren't weighted. Although it sounds like I'm the only victim, there's a lot of victims I know. My one friend, when I was an 8th grader, didn't graduate at the top of her class because she took all AP classes her senior year, and all the other students took easy bullcrap classes to cushion their GPA. It's not fair to those who cushion their GPA. The American dream was not set on people beating the system. It was those who work hard for what they want. So why shouldn't high school be the exact same thing? Why shouldn't high school have students working hard for what they want? Why shouldn't high school reward these students and not show them that GPA is such a big deal? It's time we do research and actually look into weighting GPAs. It's time we make this a fair decision.